And that day, of course, will be graduation day on 1,000 campuses throughout the land. Is this the year your son is graduating? Your son, so suddenly growing up, maybe with a very big grown-up job to do that can't wait. How can you possibly express that tender pride that chokes up inside you? Isn't this the way? Isn't it the only way, really? With a gift that bears the proudest name in time. The Gruen Precision Watch. This Gruen Precision Watch. The self-winding auto-wind chevron. There, just normal wrist movements, just turning his wrist to admire it, keeps his auto-wind chevron wound. He just sets it and forgets it. It winds itself. Here truly is the most modern watch in the world. 7150. But wait, is he stepping from campus into business, into law, into a position where the very look of success can be a step toward success? Then why not make your gift the watch that was actually created for the one man in 1,000, the distinguished wrist curve Gruen Curvex, the diamond dial Curvex Executive. In 14-karat gold with 5 brilliant diamonds on the dial, $200. Or is your daughter, who is suddenly grown up and graduating? What one gift in all the world could reflect the pride that will shine in your eyes and hers on graduation day? Isn't this it? The Gruen Continental. So breathtakingly modern, so smart, so graceful. Can you imagine a more memorable gift? So sure to be admired and treasured forever. The Gruen Continental, 7150. Or is this the magnificent Gruen watch you'll choose to make this day live forever in her heart and yours? It's the fabulous Gruen Riviera in 14-karat gold set with 40 brilliant diamonds, a full carat of genuine diamonds for her wrist, $695. Decide right now to stop in at your Gruen Jewelers tomorrow. Choose the watch that has been America's most treasured graduation gift for over 75 years. Gruen, the Precision Watch. Gruen, the proudest name in time.
And now I have my next couple of sons and fathers. On the left, I'm talking to Mr. Connolly and his son Paul, is it? And Mr. Conroy.
That's right.
And his son John. Now, Mr. Conroy and John, you are the next couple up, so if you'll sit down for a minute, I'm going to talk to Mr. Connolly and his boy. Where do you go to school, Paul?
Fordham University, Arlene.
Another boy from Fordham, and what is your major?
I'm a politics major.
Uh-huh. Well, let's see, there is a famous colony in politics, Connolly, Tom Connolly.
That's right, we're all in politics.
You're all in politics. Oh, it's a good thing to be in these days. And what about you, Mr. Connolly?
I'm a sales executive in the rubber division of Jenkins Brothers.
Well, good for you. And active all the time,
All
I'll
the
bet,
time.
huh?
You
Good,
bet.
lively
Night and
fellow.
day.
Have you ever made a date for your son before?
Well, I've tried to.
But they ended up with the girl going out with you. Yeah. Well, now, what things do you have in common? I mean, sports and everything. Do you like baseball?
Love it.
What's your team?
Giants.
Are you the same way, Paul?
I'm a Giant fan. I like prejudice to the Dodgers, though.
Yeah,
A little bit.
I'm a Giant fan. My father's a Giant fan. My 4-year-old child is a Giant fan. We're going to have a tough time, you know. But we may get there.
Oh, I think we'll win.
We'll work very hard for it.
You bet.
Well, now, is there any advice you'd like to give your father and how he ought to make this date for you, Paul?
Well, he just better take my advice. I told him ahead of time how to
You
act.
told him how to act and everything, huh? Well, we
I
hope
think he
we'll
knows
see
so.
Father again. Now, Father, what you have to do is, there's a perfectly ravishing brunette in there by the name of Dana Wyatt. Hold yourself in check, boys. And she is out in the backyard, and she is hanging clothes on a line. Now, you go in and let her find out how good your line is. Good luck to you with Dana.
I beg your pardon, miss. I'm John Connolly.
How do you do? I'm Dana Wyatt.
Well, fine. Now, let's talk about a date.
Flatter me, but aren't you a little too old for me?
Well, I didn't want it for myself. But say, you're a pretty girl.
Thank you.
I think I'll send the son home and take you out myself.
I don't know if that's the proper thing to do.
If my wife's watching, I'm just kidding.
What does your son look like?
Well, they say he looks like me. I think I'm better looking. But he's built differently. He grew up and I grew out.
I take it he's tall.
Tall, broad, handsome. handsome. He's got everything.
Now, is that an honest opinion?
Would I be prejudiced?
Well, you know, fathers exaggerate a little bit now and then.
Well, if you think I'm exaggerating, you ought to hear his mother. His girlfriend.
Oh.
You can sit right next to your boy now. Mr. Conroy, you come on over here on my right side, and your son right here. Now, Mr. Conroy, where are you from?
Roscommon Island.
Roscommon County in Ireland.
That's right.
Ah, that's a fine county. It's in the... Let's see now. It's in the Midlands?
That's right.
In the Midlands. It's mountainous country. Isn't
Mostly,
it?
yes. Mostly,
They
yes.
have a lot of sheep over there.
That's right.
Stuff
Good
like
sheep.
that there.
Good sheep.
Did you work there?
Yes, very much so.
Do you work here?
I do.
What do you do here?
I'm engaged with the alcohol tax unit.
Ah, that's a very
Yeah.
nice for a good Irish name. Yes, indeed. And now your son, John. Where do you go to school, John?
I'm up at Fordham College.
You look pretty husky, too. What sport are you interested in?
Well, I did a little boxing at one time.
I bet
got
you
boxed
did.
around, that's about it.
You did? What is it, about 170? Lightweight?
Yeah, about one.
I mean light heavyweight.
That's
Did you see the fight last night?
right. Yes, ma'am.
Well, Maxim didn't do so good, did he?
No, he didn't.
Well, now that Ezzard Charles has softened him up a little, maybe you ought to go in the ring with him, huh? We'll send Father into the ring, I guess, for you tonight, shall we? Are you going into the service, do you think?
Yes, ma'am.
You are? Everybody's going in. What about you? You ever been in the service?
Oh, yes, very much so. First
What?
World War,
What regiment?
69th New York.
The Rainbow Division?
That's right.
Under MacArthur?
That's right.
Well, good. It's nice to have you with us. Let's see if you can do as well in there, huh? With Dana.
I hope so.
It seems that she has a perfume counter. And while you're going in ostensibly to buy some perfume for a girl who is down to her last cent, shall we say, you're really going to try and make a date for your son. Good luck now, Mr. Conroy.
Thank you.
I'll hold on to your boy.
How do you do?
How do you
I'm Mike
do?
Conroy.
Well, I'm Dana White. Would you like some perfume?
Oh, just a moment. I don't want perfume.
Don't you like perfume?
Yes, but not on me.
I'm sorry. Well, if you're not here for perfume, what are you here about?
What a man must go through to try to make dates for his son.
Can I help you?
Really, if I was talking for myself, I think I might much easier.
I know. Look, you're trying to make a date for your son, but why don't you pretend you are his son? You are your son. Now, what would you say?
Well, where have you been all of my life?
I'm afraid the first half of your life I wasn't even born.
Oh, well. If that's the way you feel about it, then I think I'd better talk about my son.
I think it's a good
He's
idea.
a fine lad. I think you'd know him. You'd like him very much.
I'm sure I would. What is he like?
Well, of course, I'm modest about these things, but he is the ideal type of boy. He's 2 weeks from today, he'll be in the Navy,
Oh.
and we'll miss him very much.
Oh, I'm sure you
I'm sure you, if you don't choose him for a date, you're going to miss something, too.
will. Yeah, I will.
Well, Dana, the fathers are pretty nice, aren't they?
They really are.
It'd be nice to have to make a choice between them. Well, now, is it the first gentleman's father? Is it going to be Paul or the second, John?
Well, I take heed to advice, and I don't want to miss something, so I'll take John.
John. Congratulations. I think we're all congratulating each other over there. Come in, John.
Your father did very well for you.
Look at that. He thinks she's real nice, too, isn't she, huh? All right, there's a lovely flower here for you to pin on it. There. Now I'll get the rest of the party together, only first we must meet our next young lady and her father, Joan Priestley and Mr. Priestley. Hello, Joan. Well, now, you're going to get a chance to talk for your girl. Have you talked for her before?
Never.
Never did it before. You always did it yourself. Is that true,
Well,
Joan?
I try.
Mr. Priestley, what sort of business are you in?
Well, I'm semi-retired.
Semi-retired? That means there's a semi there that isn't retired. What do you do there?
Little real estate.
A little real estate, huh? You like that? How is it these days?
Fair.
Fair, huh? It's semi. And you, Joan, what are you doing?
Well, I go to Garden City High School,
And-
and
Do you have any ambitions beyond that?
well, I want to go to college after that, and then I guess Married eventually.
School, college, and married. That's an absolutely ideal sort of work for a girl as pretty as you are. But your father's going to do the talking for you tonight, and I'm going to go over and line up the boys. So now we're going to see the next two couples.